Sin Fronteras, Western New York.
This is for you, mis hermanas y hermanos.
Where you can voice your thoughts on how we live, work, and play in Western New York.
Buffalo is in a renaissance, and Latinos are a huge part of our city's growth.
We want to hear your voice.
Llámame 837-1112.
Or hit us up on Facebook 24/7, 7 days a week. Talk with Samantha and Michelle, Sin Fronteras, Western New York, every Friday at 1 on WUFO 1080 AM.
Huepa!
Presented by the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, dedicated to preserving the history of Hispanics in Western New York for future generations. You're listening to Sin Fronteras, West New York at 1. Good afternoon, I'm Samantha Martinez.
And I'm Michelle Agosto.
Thousands of Puerto Ricans take to the streets to protest, and police fire back with tear gas and rubber bullets.
And Sin Fronteras, Western New York will bring you the latest events happening in your community this weekend, including several of today's live guests, starting with Morris Oiring and James McGinnis from Pleet Home Care, and Amy Casillas-Osorio and Yadira Albelo to talk about our parent engagement activity this weekend.
And a cargo plane crash in Georgia kills 9 Puerto Rican Air National Guard. Want to make sure your loved one is cared for properly? Pleet Home Care can teach you how to provide in-home care and get paid. Don't trust a stranger to cook meals, run errands, and give emotional support to your ailing relative. If your loved one needs in-home care, call Pleet Home Care in Buffalo, New York, 716-261-2111. Hablamos Español. In just a few seconds, we'll have Pleet live in the studio. Y número 3 en the top Billboard Latino esta semana, están escuchando a Nicky Jam, Bad Bunny y Ozuna en Te Boté. Sin Fronteras, West New York at 1 starts right now.
And so now we're back in the studio with our guests today, and we're really proud to have them here because they're also helping us with our sponsorship. So we want to thank you for that, the Hispanic Heritage Council and Sin Fronteras. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
So we're here with Morris Oiring, who is the owner of Pleet Home Care, and we're also with Jim McGinnis, who is the project manager. And again, we'd like to kind of talk a little bit about Pleet Home Care and what it does and why here, why now. So maybe you can start, Morris, with why Buffalo and why now?
Well, first I want to thank the two of you, actually the three, for the opportunity of being here. It's great to be in Buffalo. We are from Buffalo for Buffalo. We are not focused on any other area but Buffalo. Our heart is here, and we're here to take care of our own. And we are paying about $13 an hour for a family member or a loved one to take care of a loved one that generally would not get the care because they wouldn't want a stranger in their home. Mm-hmm. What we're looking to do is not take away anything from someone, but to give them more independence that they would have now. And by giving them independence, you're allowing also a friend or family member, preferable, that ability to take care of themselves and have a job, which they may or may not have currently. And by paying them more than any other vendor in the city, we're looking to make it more worthwhile for those employees to come on board to service those family members that they would like to.
Absolutely, because, you're kind of painting the picture here for a lot of people in the community. Sometimes even if that person works, let's say they have to cut back because their mom or dad gets sick, right? And they go down to part-time and they cut back on their finances because they need to go take care of their family member. But what you're saying is that, hey, now you can focus full-time on caring for your loved one and getting that full-time pay.
Absolutely. And one of the things I have to say about Buffalonians is they love one another. Mm-hmm. And when I meet members of the Hispanic community, and I do that very often with Jim, and Jim is married to a beautiful Hispanic woman, generally the family is taking care of their mother and father. We went to a food pantry today, and we were speaking to an elderly woman who had an oxygen tank, and she said, "This is my daughter, and she takes care of me." And she had no idea that she could get paid to take care of her mother, and like you were saying before, cut back on their real job to take care of a family member or a loved one, and that's what we're looking to do, is to give them that freedom to take care of a family member.
So, Jim, first I want to congratulate you on your wonderful taste marrying a Latina woman. Thank you very much.
They only make you stronger.
If they don't kill you, they make you stronger.
She's made me stronger.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
great to hear. I'm really happy about that.
She's a wonderful woman.
But I'd like to talk more about how you reach out to our community members, our Latino community, considering that this is a relatively new way of thinking that you can actually get paid for taking care of someone that you love, you know. So can you talk a little bit about that and how they can contact you if they want more information?
Right, and thank you so much. First, before I answer the question, I need to thank Mr. Kaz Rodriguez and Hispanic Heritage Council for us, allowing us the time to not only sponsor the program, but to be a part of the community. Kaz has been instrumental in helping us through that. As far as reaching out it was fairly simple for me because I again am married to a Latino, Enid Roman, and being part of the community, I saw the need. And then being involved in church, very involved in the churches, when you put one and one together, and you see so many people taking care of their parents. At the time, we were taking care of my dad, and then we took care of Enid's dad, and now we take care of Enid's mom. So when Morris and I connected and we saw this program, I said, Morris, you gotta bring it, we gotta do this in Buffalo. And I said, we have to utilize the church because people feel safe in church. And we had so many contacts there from the time when I did the Extreme Home Makeover show on the West Side, that when we came in, the community just absorbed us. They wrapped their arms around us and said, this is needed in Buffalo.
So how can they reach you, website, phone number, for more information?
We do have a website, www.pleetcdpap.com. And what we've done is we've also put the website into full Spanish.
Oh, great.
So when you click on it, if you need to read it in English, it's all in English. If you go to the upper section of the website, you can click on language and it'll click to Spanish. The entire set will explain what CDPAP is, what our program does for you, how to get involved, a telephone number, and then we'll contact you back and we go at it right away. We're right on top of it right away.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Morris, and thank you, Jim, for coming from Pleet Home Care. We're so happy that you're here, and we'll be glad to share that message again.
Well, thank you both, and I want to say thank you to Mr. Rodriguez, who I have not had the privilege of meeting, but we do look forward to meeting him very soon.
All right, wonderful. And to Samantha with the news.
The time is 1:10. Sin Fronteras West New York is bringing you continuing coverage of the recovery efforts in Puerto Rico. Police in Puerto Rico deployed tear gas and fired rubber bullets to shut down May Day protests as thousands of people took to the streets to protest school closures and austerity measures that could result in significant pension cuts, higher college tuition, and reduced paid sick and vacation days. Puerto Ricans also turned out to protest the Trump administration's failed response to the humanitarian crisis that followed the hurricane. The U.S. territory is still battling with devastation caused by Hurricane Maria and a debt crisis that preceded the storm. 9 Puerto Rican Air National Guard died when their plane crashed shortly after taking off in Georgia. The cargo plane had been in Savannah for maintenance. The decades-old plane was due to be retired in Arizona. The plane made it only just about a mile from the Savannah Hilton International Airport before it took a nosedive toward a state highway and exploded into a ball of fire. Officials say the Puerto Rican Air National Guard have the oldest planes in inventory, some 40 to 60 years old. A few members of the caravan of Central American migrants have started to plead their cases to U.S. Border Patrol officials asking for asylum. About 24 migrants have been processed. Another 125 or so are still waiting in tents in Tijuana, just feet from San Diego. It's the start of a long, complicated process that involves a lot of paperwork and several interviews. Final decisions could take months. Coming up next, we'll talk to live studio guest Amy Casillas-Osorio and Yadira Alberto, parent liaison at School 76. But first, Romeo Santos and Sobredosis.
And now we are back with Sin Fronteras Western New York, and this is Michelle Agosto, and we're live in the studio now with good friends Amy Casillas-Osorio. I know, I knew that. Osorio, and this is she's also one of our sisters on the board for the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York. But right now she's here as a representative for the Buffalo Public Schools Parent and Family Engagement Department. She is the supervisor, and she's here to share a very exciting event that the Parent and Family Engagement Department is sponsoring along with our parent networks called the 2018 Parent and Family Engagement Summit, which will be taking place tomorrow, Saturday, May 5th, at West Hurdle Academy. So, Amy, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Oh, good. So can you talk a little bit about your role in this summit and further talk about what the summit's all about?
Well, we've been planning, the Department of Office, the Office of Parent and Family Engagement has been working in planning this summit for the last 6 months. We've had a large committee of different departments from the Buffalo Board of Education working together, collaborating with us. And this year, the focus is more on hands-on learning and make what we're calling pop-up sessions where parents could actually learn how to perhaps make books, dollar store savvy ideas of how to prepare, for school supplies for their children, reading games, and a whole variety of activities that are planned where they can actually take the activity home and replicate it so that they're replicating learning at home and supporting the learning of their children.
Right, and that's what I think makes it so special, this summit, is it's really something that considers the family, the child to the adults and everyone in between, for them to kind of work together, learn together, take this home together and continue the learning and the fun, because there's fun to be had also, right?
Exactly. We have a whole edutainment section where there's going to be trauma informed yoga. There's going to be topics such as healthy eating. We're going to have the bookmobile from the Buffalo Public Library, as well as the Zoom mobile, where they're going to have all sorts of exotic animals.
Wow.
And among the topics, there's going to be, planting seeds for early childhood development from the pre-K level all the way up, through high school. There's going to be a teen summit, and we're also going to have a panel of different speakers, and there are going to be a couple of entrepreneurs who are Buffalo graduates, Buffalo Public School graduates, who are going to be discussing the different topics with families, with parents and students, and there's going to be a question and responding session.
Oh, that's great.
So there's a workforce wing, by the way, where people could actually apply for jobs on the spot. There will be some hiring on the spot. We have NFTA is going to be there, the parent network of Western New York, various departments from the Buffalo Public Schools, from the nutrition and food services, where employment opportunities will be offered, all the way up to transportation and student first, for bus aides, bus drivers. So there are going to be many opportunities. So while the pop-up sessions are taking place and the parents are learning, the children are also going to have their own age-related activities where they could be assisting, in the edutainment center. There are going to be a variety of vendors also who are in partnerships with the Buffalo Public Schools and our department. So there are exciting opportunities for everyone. There's going to be also the theme of the summit this year is called the Year of Instruction. Mm-hmm. So we are going to be recognizing also what the superintendent's 5 A's of student excellence. So there will be all sorts of parents, also presentations of awards for parents who are volunteers.
Wow, that's great.
Parents who are active. It's going to be an exciting summit, and we're really very excited. Looking forward to it. Jam-packed every minute. It's going to start right on time. There is still time to register.
What time does this? What are the hours for the summit?
It begins. Registration starts at 8:30 in the morning till 9:25, roughly. There will be breakfast. Then we're going to go right into the opening in the auditorium.
And then we're gonna go on into the pop-up sessions. That's like I said, the schedule is very tight. And that there's also a lunch. At the end of the day is where the student and parent recognitions will take place. There's going to also be the jazz band from Olmsted
That's great.
School. The day is jam-packed. We have a very tight schedule. Parents are going to definitely be very happy with the variety of offerings that there are for them to participate in.
Yeah, and it's amazing to have so much. You have to have so many people have the same vision and be able to work collaboratively together. So it's amazing because there are so many pieces, but it sounds like it's going to be fabulous.
Precisely. We also, I don't want to forget that we have raffle giveaways.
Oh, that's always fun.
And we do have a grand prize as well, a laptop computer. So, there are so many things, but yes, like you're saying, the collaboration, it really takes a village to raise a child, and we really need our parents to be engaged and to participate. So this is all about getting our parents engaged in the education of their children. Research has shown over and over again that when parents are engaged, academic achievement is so much more, successful. The success rates are so much higher. Graduation rates are very high. So we really need our parents to get engaged. And I'm going to put a plug in to our Latino parents. Necesitamos que nuestros padres se envuelvan en la educación de sus hijos. Y mañana tenemos la conferencia anual para los padres. Hay muchas oportunidades para ayudar y apoyar el aprendizaje de sus hijos. También hay oportunidades para los que necesitan trabajo. Se pueden aplicar para ciertos trabajos ahí. Y mañana mismo también hay posibilidades de que le den trabajo como chofer, como ayudantes en los buses. Así que estamos esperándolos en la conferencia que se va a llevar a cabo en West Hurdle Academy, empezando a las 8:30 de la mañana hasta las 3:30. Así que lo estamos esperando allí.
Very nice. Samantha, you have anything to?
Yeah, this sounds like a very fun and fruitful event, but I'm curious to know, what was the inspiration behind why put this together?
Well, every year there is an annual parent summit, and really the drive behind it and the goal is to have our parents engage in the education of their children. Because as I mentioned, when the parents are engaged, then the students are more engaged, and when students are engaged, academic achievement is much higher. Graduation rates are definitely much higher. And so really the whole focus is to have the whole family engaged, because
It's a family
It takes a
affair.
village.
it's a family affair. You said it.
Yeah,
It's
let's
a
sing
family
it.
affair.
So that is how we're probably going to end it. But Amy, thank you so much for sharing. Is there a number that they can call if they have any questions, or a website that they can check everything out so that they're prepared for what's happening tomorrow?
Definitely the website, the Buffalo Public Schools website of Office and Parent and Family Engagement. Right on the website, you can register for the summit. There's still time to register. And even if you're not registered, you can feel free to just come on in and join us. There's plenty of room to just join, and you don't have to be there the whole day if your schedule does not permit it. We have sessions in the morning, and we also have afternoon sessions. So, depending on your availability, we will be there waiting for you.
Well, thank you so much to Amy Casillas-Osorio.
Osorio.
Gracias por todo.
De nada, Raúl.
And now it's our WEPA for the weekend of May 4th. And as Amy was saying, we want to make sure that you don't forget to head out to West Hurdle Academy tomorrow, which is School 94, May 5th from 8:30 to 3:30 p.m. Make sure you head out there. Lots of pop-up learning stations full of creative and academic fun. West Hurdle Academy is located on 489 Hurdle Avenue. And make sure to head out there to enjoy. And you'll meet Amy there. She'll be there too.
Yes, I will.
So tomorrow, it's also time to get ready for the 6th annual Hispanic Heritage Community Breakfast. Tickets are now available for the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York's annual breakfast fundraiser. Join Samantha and I, and Amy too, on Saturday, June 30th, starting at 9 a.m. There will be an art auction with works from local Latinx artists, and there'll be all sorts of festivities, including keynote speaker Raul Rusi, CEO of Acacia Network Incorporated. Please go to www.hispanicheritagewny.org for more information on tickets and advertising opportunities. And lastly, Samantha and I would like to wish everyone a happy Cinco de Mayo. That's tomorrow. There's lots of places throughout the city that will be celebrating the day. It is about the Mexican army beating Napoleon and the French. It's not Independence Day, people. So contrary, right. So have fun, mi gente. Que empiece la fiesta. But remember to drink responsibly. Like a friend of mine used to say, take it con un poquito de easy. Okay? And so now you know what's going on in Buffalo this weekend for Friday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Wepa!
Thanks for joining us for Sin Fronteras West New York every Friday at 1. Remember, you can always catch Sin Fronteras West New York online and on our Facebook page whenever you want, all the time, 24/7.
And we're going to end with a tribute to Los Mexicanos en la Casa. This is Suavecito by Mexican-American pop rock star Julieta Venegas. It has a cool, different vibe, and I hope you like it. So adios, and have a great weekend.
Hasta la próxima. Ciao.
Ciao.
I know, I forgot. Yeah, I'll cut it. So thank you all for listening to Sin Fronteras, West New York. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Adios.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Suavecito, suavecito.
Voy a cantar suavecito, 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 para llegar a tus oídos. Suavecito, suavecito. Voy a decir que te quiero. Suavecito, suavecito. Porque si tú no estás me muero. Suavecito, suavecito. Suave, suave, suavecito. Quiero llegar a tu corazón, para tener por siempre tu amor. Quiero llegar a tu corazón, para tener por siempre tu amor. Suavecito, 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 para llegar a tus oídos. Suavecito, suavecito, voy a decir que te quiero. Ay, suavecito, suavecito, porque si tú no estás me muero. Ay, suavecito, suavecito, suave, suave, suavecito. Quiero llegar a tu corazón, para tener por siempre tu amor. Quiero llegar a tu corazón, para tener por siempre tu amor. Así, mi vida, así. ¿Cómo no? Ay, suavecito, papá. Suave, suave, suavecito. Quiero llegar